Hello, people. Can you hear me? Let me know who's here. Let me know what you're carrying. That sort of thing. So how's everybody tonight? Everybody doing okay? So we do a couple of different things tonight. We're not gonna go pulling out knife after knife. Well, maybe we will because we're a knife show. But tonight we're gonna do some live unboxing videos. I have some knives that have come in that have been sitting in the boxes for a while and not opened, so I wanted to open those up on camera in front of everybody. I have some packages that came in from Flytanium, a knife that was given to me by a fellow YouTuber that, kind of cool. I'm going to go over that. Got some care package from Mad Yocco. I'll show you what that is. So let's start with this. This is a knife in here that I got from Raybo and his channel. I'll link him later, but he sent me this knife to try out, and I appreciate it, and sent me a nice letter with it, and told me I can keep the knife. I'm kind of stoked about that. So what we have here is this beautiful knife from Rosecraft. I haven't really looked at it much yet, other than it is a beautiful knife. Look at that. D2 steel, I believe. Right, if I'm not mistaken, it's D2. Has those beautiful red accents on the handle. G10, reversible clip, 3-inch blade, and those beautiful red thumb studs. And I am so appreciative of Raybo sending me this. And it's a Rosecraft, by the way. I meant to say that. It's a Rosecraft knife. And I'm going to do a full review of this, but I just wanted to kind of take it out, show everybody. Again, this is a knife that was sent to me over by Raybo. Raybo 34 is his channel. That's his sticker there. And I absolutely love it. I am going to do a great review of this. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a great review. I've got to test it first, but I'm going to do a review of this. Like I said, I'm really appreciative to Raybo for sending that over. He's a fellow YouTuber. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do. I will link it in the description. So we'll go from there. So that's kind of the first little unboxing of what we got. Next, we got in something from Mad Yocco. We all know Mad Yocco. This is a hank that he made for me. I was telling him that I like everything that is pirate. So he showed me a bunch of materials that had different pirate themes, and I decided to go with this one. And man, he did a great job on this. I mean, Yocco does some great work, and I appreciate this one so much. And from what he's told me, that the stitching on the back glows. I haven't checked it yet, but yeah, man, look at that hang. Pirate themed. Like I said, I love everything pirate related, so I'm so happy that Yocco sent that over. Thank you, Mad Yocco. Greatly appreciate that. And I'll also link his Etsy store in the description after the video goes up. Oh, BS, by the way, glad you could stop by too. Totally appreciate it. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very glad you're here. Hopefully you're subscribed to the channel. I think you are, but I'm not sure, but hopefully, So let's look at the next thing. So I have here a couple of my Benchmade Bugouts. This one is my favorite. This one is in the rust color handles with the orange accent with the olive Cerakoted blade. Love this knife. This one, on the other hand, is your standard blue Benchmade. Boring, boring, boring. It's the one that everybody has. So I decided I wanted to kind of upgrade it. Well, Flytanium had an offer. And they sell these mystery packs. It's the mystery pack from Titanium. And what comes in the mystery pack is a set of metal scales and a set of either G10 or some other material. So we're gonna open this. I've actually cut it open, but I haven't really looked in it. So let's find out what's there. Oh, wow. So take a look at this. This is like a shredded carbon fiber. Yeah, so it's like a shredded carbon fiber. That's gonna look cool. So I've got those. And let's see what else is in here. Go to the next one. Not sure what that is. And these are titanium. Titanium scales. Ooh, I like knives with titanium. I think I might go that route. But let's see. What do you folks think? Do you think the titanium or the shredded carbon is a better look to replace the blue scales on this Bugout? Not that I don't like the blue scales, but everybody's got this knife. And I want it to kind of be unique. So, also too, what's unique about this is the shape of the lanyard hole on this one changes. Take a look at that. I don't know. I don't know which one I like better. I'll tell you one thing. This carbon fiber you can't bend. It's not like the Grivery where you can literally squeeze it because, it's just a plastic basically, and it's soft material. And obviously, these won't bend, titanium. So, and that is really kind of cool. So, that was what was in the mystery pack by Titanium. So I want to just move the camera slightly. Okay, I like that angle better. So, and I don't know what this is. This is in the pack too, and I'm not sure what those are. Somebody might know. I don't really know on that, but so now next up, I'm going to show you something that we have that maybe I shouldn't be showing quite yet, but I'm going to. So this came in from Bench Techman. AJ Bellwood, thanks for joining in. No, BS, by the way, I usually don't. This is usually the time that Big Red EDC is on, but he's on vacation. He's not going to be back till mid-March. So for the last 2 weeks, last 3 weeks, sorry, I've jumped into his slot. Figured people were going to be around. I usually watch his live at this point. And I just found out tonight, Zach Stuff, who's a good friend with Big Red EDC, who I watch on Sundays, he decided to go live at the same time as this. So I know it's not going to be a lot of people here, but people are here. I appreciate it. Wyoming Adventures, definitely appreciate you being here. Yeah, the titanium, I think, absolutely. I think, AJ Bellwood, that the titanium would look really good. I'm a big fan of titanium handles, so, but let's go back to this for a second. This is a new knife that Best Techman sent me to review, and what I like about them is they didn't ask me to do anything specifically. They basically just said, do you want to review it? I said yes. They sent it to me. They didn't put any conditions on it. I really appreciate that because I can honestly, say what I want about it. But this is a new knife that will actually be released on Friday. And this is a knife by them that is called the Angry Owl. Take a look at that. Beautiful G10. Ooh, thumb hole deployment, and that just snapped out of there. You can't believe. I believe this is, believe it's, not sure what the blade steel is. Well, hold on, let's find out. It's D2. It's D2 PVD coated. Look at that. That's just a beautiful blade. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. Like, I have an extra large hand. I wear an extra large glove. And the jimping here is actually on the G10 scales as opposed to, oh no, there is jimping here on the knife as well. And it feels really great. Hey, El Jaro, how you doing, buddy? So, yeah, this feels really good. And it's got this nice texturing along the scales. So my initial first impression is I like it. It's also got a place you can choke up. So you can really, like, if you have even bigger hands than me, it's, you know, you can move right up. You can also make some real precision cuts because you can choke up and you can, you know, move up here, and it's got that great jimping. Wow. Let me see something. Oh, and what's nice, the pocket clip, it's a deep carry and it's reversible. So I can't wait to actually put this through its paces and do the review on it. Wyoming Adventures, you asked how I got them to send this to. Oh, by the way, it's a button lock, and it looks, yeah, it's a button lock, which I did not realize. So you can deploy it just with the button, which makes this extra fidgety. All right, Elnav, I will remember that from now on. So, but when you asked how how I got in touch with them was kind of interesting because I had done a review on their Dundee with MagnaCut. I did a video about how you can how you can afford a MagnaCut bladed knife, and I did it on the Dundee with MagnaCut, which was a Blade HQ exclusive, and that one sells for like $90, and I was just blown away by how good that that knife was. And I did a review on it, and it actually got a lot of viewers. I mean, in the thousands of views on that. And I just sent a message over to them and say, hey, I did this review on your knife. What do you think? And they contacted me. They said, oh, we really like what you did. Would you want to consider doing another knife in the future? And I said, sure. And they said, all right. And they asked for some information. I gave them the information. And they said, all right, we'll get back to you. A few months went by, and I didn't think anything of it. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they messaged me on Instagram, and they're like, all right, we've got this knife that's coming out, and we're ready to send it to you. Here's a picture of all the different colors. Tell us which one you want. So I looked at this one, and I'm a big fan of this teal color. And I was like, well, right away I looked at that. But it comes in a multitude of colors. It comes with a yellow handle, purple handle, I believe red, and this like a more natural brown and black, of course. And it's going to come in a, you know, in black coated as well as a satin finish. And yeah, and like I said, they sent it to me. I've had it now for, I was going to do the video on it when I first got it, which was like, I think like 10 days ago. And they said, no, hold off a little bit because it's not going to come out till the 28th. So I said, okay. So I'm going to put it back in the box because when I do the video, it's going to kind of be a faux unboxing since I just unboxed it. But everybody know, you know, what I'm doing with it. So I want to put this back away the way it was. So yeah, there's that, you know, and that was the first one. Then there was another, hey, we have a visitor. Come here. Come on camera. My cat has just jumped up on the table. Come here. Show everybody. Come here. Come here. Oops, oops, oops. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Look at the people on the camera. See them? See the people? You could be a star, girlie. Yeah. Look at the people. Look at them. You be a good girl. You're being a good girl. Yeah. yeah, everybody, if you can give live stream a thumbs up, and if you like little black cats, say hi. Say hi. I know. You're wondering what I'm doing out here, huh? All right. I'm gonna put you down, okay? All right. Good girl. That's my black cat. Thanks, Wyoming Adventures. We adopted her in May. Will be 3 years now, and she's just a great, great cat. Absolutely love her. She's just fun, and she's a playful little thing, and she's got amazing balance. Like, I've had cats my whole life, and I've had dogs, but she probably has the best balance and agility of any cat I've ever had. So there's that. So like I said, there's another knife company that's sending me a knife that I won't say what company, but what happened was they had put up a knife, and they were having a naming contest. So I entered a couple of names, and I didn't win, but they liked a couple of the ideas. So I reached out to them and said, then they sent me things saying when we release it, would you want it? And I said, yeah, absolutely. So they're sending it along. I haven't gotten that one yet, but they took all my information. Supposedly it's going out, and I'm looking forward to that one. Then I got asked to be part of two different pass-around groups for two different knife companies. So there's going to be a lot more knife content of stuff that I haven't bought myself, but the one good thing is so far everybody who has sent me stuff or asked me to be part of the group, they really haven't laid out any conditions of what we have to do or have to say, and that's really big for me because I want whatever opinion I give to be mine. I don't want to, if somebody's going to say you have to give us a good review or this is the thing, I'm not going to do it. Just right off the bat, I'm not going to do it. And I did that one video early on where I had that knife that failed, and I did that video, and I really thought about it. I was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that video. Not because the knife failed, and I was just like, maybe if I don't like it, I just don't talk about it, rather than, because I thought about it after, maybe I got a knife that was on suspect, but maybe all the other knives are good. I don't know. The one sample I had was really bad, and it was a new knife company, and I haven't seen them do anything else. It seemed like a one-off knife, and they're not putting anything else out. And now the knife that I reviewed isn't available, so we'll just go from there. I just want, when I do a review, for it to be mine. I don't want anybody tell me what I have to say, what I can say, that sort of thing. So trying to keep some bit of integrity. So, all right. So the next thing we have here, I'm a fan of neck knives, and today I'm wearing the CRKT Minimalist Cthulhu. I don't know if you can see the Cthulhu on there. I actually did it as a short today. It's got that beautiful blue etching. I was turned on to this knife by Marissa from Legion Steel Knives. She was showing it. Two things I'm a sucker for: color teal and things that glow in the dark. So I'm going to show you this real quick. I'm going to turn this light around. I'm going to turn this light around so it's a little darker. And watch this. So hitting with the UV, and look at that glow. Check out the glow on that. As you see, the other side where it wasn't hit isn't glowing, but we'll hit it now. And look at that. It seems to hold the glow for a pretty good amount of time. Yeah, it is cool. So I'm a sucker for like I said, anything that glows in the dark ever since I was a kid. So with that being said, I do love neck knives. I don't always wear a neck knife, but I do like them. But most of the time, my neck knives, I usually put an ulti clip on them and use them more as a pocket EDC. With that being said, we're going to open up this puppy from Cold Steel. This is the mini tack, It's a Bowie neck knife. I have not opened this yet. I've had it for a little bit, and it's just been sitting waiting for the right time. So it comes with this sheath. It's not Kydex, but it says Securex. I don't know what Securex is. Seems like plastic, but it locks in there. Oh, why don't you have this one? Oh, I noticed something right away. So you've got it carved out there. Really feels good like that. Like it fits my fingers really well. It's a 3-finger carry. So really didn't put a place for a lanyard, but I guess you could put a lanyard through this hole here to use some extra strength, you know, extra grip on the backside. But here's what I noticed right away. These edges are sharp. I mean, they're sharp. I'm gonna have to take sandpaper to this and sand these down because they are really sharp and they kind of have a bite to them. But the ergos are real good, and that jimping is fantastic. Hey, Night's Edge, how are you, buddy? You know what? You, my friend, are gonna get a wrench. So, but yeah, I kind of like this. It's a nice size in comparison to the CKRT. CRKT is just a little guy. This actually has some size to it. This will make a nice EDC fixed blade, you know. And this doesn't come with any type of clip, but it does come with a chain. Again, I don't think I'm going to use this as a neck knife. I think I'm going to use this as a pocket EDC. So it's got holes on it, and probably put an ulti clip on it. Well, Night's Edge, I like giving wrenches to people who I know from different chats, so, and people I feel I could trust, and you've been around a while. I know you. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna put an ulti clip, or I might even put the I don't know if anybody's used the Tonife clip, the Tonife, T-O-K-N-F-I-F, I don't know, Tonife. They make some inexpensive knives, but they make, thanks Night's Edge, second favorite band in the world, right after Kiss. So they make these nice clips that are very inexpensive and they hold really well. So I might put one of those on because they're a lot less money than the ulti clip, although I have an ulti clip in a bag that is not doing anything. So the problem with that is I think these holes might be too small for that. I may wind up having to drill these out a bit if I want the ulti clip to work. But yeah, I kind of like this. Again, this is the mini tack from Cold Steel. It's an 8 CR. It's not a great steel, but for, you know, it's not a bad steel either. It's not, you know, the steel could be better, but this is, geez, this is only like $15, I think, something like that. It's very inexpensive, and the blade looks really nice. It looks well done. And that's the thing, Cold Steel, I have never had, ooh, okay. I have never had a knife from Cold Steel that wasn't extremely sharp. Yeah, you know, those toe knife clips are only like $9 on Amazon, and they work really, really well. So definitely recommend those if you don't want to go for the price of the ulti clip. So let's put this back. It's kind of cool. So specs on this real quick. It's got a blade length of 3 5/8, overall length of 6 7/8, so let's just call it 7. 8CR14 MOV steel, 2.9 ounces. So, and they call the handle material Grivex. So I just say plastic. So now we're gonna unbox another knife from Cold Steel, right? Cold Steel, yeah. And this is the Kudo Lite. This is a slip joint from them. Let's go down the specs real quick on this. So this is a blade length of 4¼ inches. It's a real budget steel. It's a 5CR15 MOV. So it's a real cheap steel. But, and it's got in what they call a Zodiac handle. Don't know what Zodiac is. Feels like plastic, you know, and very lightweight, 2.7 ounces. But this is a big slip joint. Oh, got a nice lock, you know, detent there. Oh, snaps into place nicely. It's, you know, it's funny. It feels like it locks, but it's not. It's just a slip joint. But what's weird is when you close that, it's got this metal doohickey thing that comes up. It's not a lock, though. It's just kind of hiding everything. It's more decorative, but, man, let's bring that sucker up. That is a big blade for a slip joint. And that is a big handle. Jeez Louise, look at that. And you know, I have a tendency to, when I work with knives, to push down with my thumb as I'm doing cuts. I can push down that way and not feel like it's gonna close on me. It's much like the Rough Rider we looked at last week. It's got, and it's also got that other secondary lockup. So, you know, secondary locking, I don't know what you want to call it, detent point. Yeah, exactly. It's got that mirror finish on it, which, let's clean that up because I'm getting fingerprints all over it. But like, I don't feel like it's going to close on me. So, and you've got your Cold Steel logo on this side. I don't know if you can see that with the mirror finish. And then you've got the deer over there. And I guess these are supposed to be antlers on the side. So, I don't know what material that is. Probably cheap steel, but yeah, not bad. Yes, you probably could. Now, this is another inexpensive knife. This is the Lite version. I think they make a version of this which has better materials, but this is the Lite version, and these are under 10 bucks. Under 10 bucks on Amazon. I think this was $8.99. So, hey, Robert Willoughby, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So, but yeah, like I said, for under 10 bucks, you know, and as we know right now, the EDC knife community is experiencing a renaissance of everybody right now is jumping on the fixed blade EDC bandwagon. And all of a sudden, in the last, I want to say 6 months, I've seen a comeback of slip joints like I've never seen in years, you know. And I don't know what's driving it, and I don't mind it. Although I prefer locking knives to slip joints, I really do love the way slip joints look. There's just a class to them, especially with, you know, with the wood handles or your bone handles, you know. There's just some really nice, classy looking slip joints out there. Are they going to be my first choice? No, because I prefer, I prefer knives that lock, just for safety reasons, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I grew up on slip joints too, because most of my original knives were Swiss Army knives. And which reminds me, I have one over here I want to show you guys. I talked about this a few times now. Let's go get it. All right. So, this here is a Swiss Army knife that I have had since 1987. So, you'll figure out my age in a minute or two. This is not the Swiss Champ, but the Champion. This is the Swiss Army knife that preceded the Swiss Champ. It was replaced by the Swiss Champ in 1988. And it has most of the same things that the Swiss Champ does, you know. And but this one, like I said, I've had this since 1987. My parents gave it to me when I turned 17 for Christmas. Everybody in my family got together, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. They all got together and decided we're going to get him everything he needs to go camping, because they knew I loved camping. And I would always borrow gear from family members. So they were just like, let's get him all the gear in the world. And they got me a beautiful Coleman propane lantern, which I still have to this day, still works. It's fantastic. I've had to change the mantles. I've cracked the glass a couple of times. I had to buy new glass over again. But overall, I still have it. Works great. A lot of the other stuff I don't have anymore, but those two things I have. And they, you know, again, the Swiss Army knife, which is, and it weighs a ton, by the way. This is not something I would carry every day, but I shouldn't say that, because I have over the years. But then I added some of the things to it, like this is the fire starting material, and that's the ferro rod, tiny ferro rod. It does work well because the angles on it. This sheath is not the original. I had a leather sheath that they gave me with it. Over the years, that started to fall apart. So I bought this one a couple years back as a replacement. It's a nylon sheath. You know, it's got your place to put your belt through it. But what I like is it actually holds a secondary Swiss Army knife. So in there, I keep this one, which is the SD Classic. Everybody knows this one. Ask me why I keep two, when really this has everything in the world I'm ever going to need. Well, I'll tell you why. For doing things like cutting open boxes, little things like that, cutting open envelopes, I don't like to use the big Swiss Army knife. I want to preserve that one, keep that one fresh for when I really need it. And for all the little nonsensical tasks, use the small SD, you know, Classic, you know. So that's why I had the little one in with the big one, you know. So let's look at a couple of other things that we have here. And this is an interesting knife. This is a Sativian designed by David Chen. This was part of their Chinese Zodiac series. This has this brown micarta. This is a big blade. It's a flipper. And it has this funky looking blade. And why I say it's funky, because it comes down and kind of cuts in here. It's almost like, if you look at it, like a Nessmuck knife. And it's got this big handle on it. I mean, look at that. My hand fits in there, and there's still plenty of handle on there. The way it's shaped and the ergos, I feel secure that, like, if I'm doing something, it's not gonna slip. And this one is you can see there's a dog on the back. This was to celebrate the Chinese year of the Zodiac sign, yeah. So whichever the dog is, I'm not 100% sure. The model is the ST-157, and it's a David Chen design. It's got his signature on the clip. I actually have 3 of them that are in this series. I believe there were 12. I have 3. And here's the other thing. Look at that finger choil. You can really choke up on there. And it's got jimping here. And you can actually put your thumb right into where that cuts out. And this is one of those knives that you can get. I mean, when they came out, they were probably like around $30, but you can get these now for about $19. And it's 14C, so it's even better than a D2 blade, in my opinion. Although I shouldn't say that. They both have their pluses and minuses. But I mean, for the price, and this is a big chunk of a knife, and it's got the lockup here is just fantastic. It's probably about a third of the way in there. So, yeah, like I said, it's kind of like a Nessmuck knife in shape. So, I like it. It's an interesting one. Sativian makes some very underrated stuff. big problem I have with them, and it had to be pointed out to me, 'cause I didn't even realize what they were doing, that a lot of their older stuff were copies of other well-known designs, but I hadn't really had any of those. I kind of went for these were original designs by them, you know. And speaking of knives that are a copy of other well-known knives, I bought it before I knew it, and that is this one. This is the Harbor Freight Icon. This is a D2 with that beautiful blade. Look at the shape of that handle with your milled clip. I don't think it's titanium, but it is a milled clip. So this is a copy of a beg knife. And I didn't know that when I bought it, but this is a fantastic knife. Carbon fiber over G10. And you got that red accent on the pivot. It just feels good. You can move up over here on the finger choil. There is no jimping, so you kind of slide on there. That's the one thing I wish it did have. It's got this stainless steel backspacer in there. Does have a place for a lanyard, but this is a great ergonomic blade. I mean, knife, I should say. And there's no hot spot. Even though that comes across in your hand, it lays so flat that it just doesn't create a hot spot, which I really like about it, you know. And this clip actually functions really well. I mean, these knives were selling regularly for $39 or so, and you can usually get them on sale for around $29. They run them on sale all the time when they have them. They haven't had them in a while, so I don't know if after the prices drop, they sold through them, if they're ever going to come back or not. Because every time I go in there, I check just to see, you know. But yeah, I mean, one finger operation, and this is one of the snappiest releases I've ever seen on a knife. It almost pops out like it's a spring assisted, and it's not. It's just got that, it's got that great sound to it, you know. It's just a real winner of a knife. And unfortunately, I found out after the fact there was a copy of a beg, but I've actually heard people say this functions better than the beg. I don't know. I'm not going to buy the beg to compare it. Maybe if someone has one, they want to send it to me to try or whatever, that's fine. But this one, I can't say enough about it. I really like this knife, you know, but it's kind of one of those things. It's one of those things of ethics. Do we like the fact that it is a clone? I don't know. I can't make that decision for you. I can say for me, I don't really have a problem with it. But then again, I found out after the fact. Maybe if I would have known before the fact, I wouldn't have done it. So this is a knife next that I carried this week. And this one is an O knife. This is the metal. Really nice G10 handles. Beautifully flips out of there. It's a button lock, reversible clip, and it's got some real grippy texture on the G10, and it's a fidget monster. No worries, Wyoming Adventures. I appreciate you being here, and I'm sorry I'm boring you. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, go get some rest. I know it's late, you know. It's 1:41 in the morning, so. But this is, again, I love this knife. This is an O knife. The OEM on this is Kaiser, so there's no doubt in my mind as to why it's such a good quality. We all know Kaiser makes fantastic knives. And this is a 154, yeah, this is a 154 steel on this. So it's got a really great steel and just a knife I really like, you know. Now I'm going to show off a weird knife. And that is this one. This is a gold-plated knife called the Executive by Smith & Wesson. This is not a knife that flips out with a lot of ease. Probably needs to be oiled up a little bit and maybe the pivot slightly adjusted. But it's interesting because it's a gold-plated gentleman's style knife, you know, and it's just got a really nice look to it. And this is one you can take to the office. It's got that gold plating again, Smith & Wesson on the blade, you know, but it looks like a high-class knife. If you prefer high-class stuff, you know, if you're going to drink with your pinky out, you need a gold knife to go with it. But you can go to the office, leave this on a desk, and it just looks really nice. Although it kind of looks like copper here or brass, but it is actually gold colored. It's because of my lighting. But just a fun knife. Nothing too serious on it. It's got a real cheap blade steel. I think it's like an 8CR on there, you know, which is not the worst. But I don't know if you hear this. It really needs, I gotta take this apart because it's kind of grinding. I don't know if you quite hear that, but so it's not as fidgety as it should be. It will pop out of there, but I think because of whatever, I don't know if it's sand or whatever, or if it's just, you know, needs to be taken out and cleaned up, because I've never actually done anything with it other than after I opened it, carried it once or twice. But, you know, I'm gonna have to take that apart because I think I can get the action much better on that. The pocket clip is not reversible, but it's a kind of fun knife, you know. Now I'm going to talk about a knife that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the Sencut. This is the Brazoria. I like this knife so much that I have two of them. I've got this one. It's a D2 steel G10, maroon G10, but I like it so much that I bought it in the Jade G10 or the natural. Fantastic knives. Love them. They beautiful blade shape, great ergos. Action is fantastic. Sencut does an amazing job. You can see, you can one-hand operation. It's drop shutty, you know. And like I said, I bought two of them. And why did I buy two of them? Because we're going to be giving one away. In the next live stream, we're going to give one away. And even though this one I've actually walked around and carried, but it's never actually cut anything. You know, I don't really have any experience. I just don't have any experience with the CRKT M4. I do like CRKTs. I mean, this is one around my neck right now. I have a few of their knives, and I think they make knives at different price points, and even their mid-range to lower end, I've always had good experience with. I just don't know that particular knife. I'll have to check it out and let you know. But back to this one. One of these is going to be given away. So we're gonna have a drawing next week to see who wins this knife. When you win, you'll get the choice of either the maroon or the jade, depending on which one you like better. So look out for that next week. Everybody come back, you know, and I'll make an announcement during the week with a prize video so everybody knows to come back to the live stream next week. We're going to do this at the same time. I think next week will be the last late night one that we do. But so this is, again, the Sencut Brazoria, and you'll have a choice of which color you want. And I have the box for it, and I have the pouch and everything else that goes with it. So again, whoever wins will get the choice. So good luck. Not everybody can come back next week, and we'll check that out. So let's look at this knife here. This is one of my favorite Spydercos that I own. This is one of their lower end models. This is the Persistence. It is not, I'm not good at Spidey flicking. Oh, thank you for subbing. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely look out. This is the Spyderco Persistence. It's a lower end knife by them, Chinese made, but it's an excellent knife. It's got a great blade profile, excellent ergos. I mean, Spyderco has excellent ergonomic knives. I mean, that is a smaller knife by them, but yet still grabs my whole hand on there. And this is the Persistence Lite. These things can be found right now on a few of the different websites for about $38. Prices have come down on these greatly. These were like around $70 at one point, and you can get these for like $38. I bought this one on it wasn't a clearance sale, but it was a sale. And yeah, I'm not good at Spidey flicking. Sorry. But it's a great knife. Liner lock. Great, again, great ergos. Really nice blade shape. Extremely sharp. One of my favorite inexpensive Spydercos. Then comes my next, well, one of my other favorite Spydercos. And this one, I use this one a lot. And this is my Tenacious, which again, I am not good at Spidey flicking, especially on camera. It was funny because before I was setting everything up on the table, I was Spidey flicking these without a problem. I think it could be the angle too, that because I'm trying to show it off. But this is my Spyderco Tenacious, another Chinese made one. And this one is also 8 CR plastic, CR steel, right? 8, is that what it says? Yeah, 8 CR MOV. And I like this. People, you know, they kind of get mad at this one. They always say the same thing. It's a good knife, but it's too expensive for what it is. And I agree with that. But I got this one really cheap. I bought this one used. And I think I paid used like $35. And it's just great knife. Four position clip. Blade, I've used the hell out of it. So this is actually one of the blades I've used the most. And because of the black coating on it, and I think it's a PVD coating, I don't think it's a DLC, but it hides all the scratches and everything that are on there really well. And there's another one, fits well in the hand. I mean, that rise right there is just one of the best things about Spydercos. You can handle this. It feels great in your hand. I just really love it. And, you know, we almost had it there. Almost had it. But, yeah, look at that. That's great. I just love these. And, again, even these now, you can get these for about $90. Prices have gone even up further. But I think it's worth it. If you're looking for a Spyderco and you don't have the money to move into one of their more expensive knives, this is a great starting point because this is a knife you can keep forever. It's just gonna be great. And someday I'll get the hang of spider flicking these, you know. But oh, look at that, we did it. All right, see, it's just maybe the angle. I don't know, it's hard to do it on the camera, but yeah, one of my favorite Spydercos, and this is my favorite Spyderco. This is the Manix 2 Lightweight. Again, I actually went with this one instead of the cobalt handle because, one, I love the color. I'm a fan of teal. So, and this one pops right out. And this one has your crossbar lock. But this crossbar lock is different than, say, the access lock. In the fact that this uses Omega springs, where this one has a spring that rides from the lock back. So it's a straight pull. It's not an Omega spring. And it's just a great knife. Absolutely love it. And this one is Spy 27. Spy 27 is a very underrated steel. It's a very good steel. They do make this in other steels. They make this in a Magna Cut. I don't think any of them are necessary. Spy 27 is such a good steel. And that crossbar style lock is just fantastic. And now it's not going to open. Why? Why? Because I'm on camera. That's why. So, but yeah, this is, again, my favorite. Manix 2, lightweight. You can even, it's got the finger choil there. You can choke up He's got ergos for days. Love it. Again, this one is not this is only a 2-position clip, and that's because of the crossbar lock. And it's a wire clip. Some people love wire clips, some people hate them. I actually absolutely love them because they have a tendency to work well and not grab. And so there's that. And let's see what else we have here. We don't have a lot more here, but what else do I have? Oh, I want to show you something here. This whole time it's sitting in front of me. So some people are asking me, what do I keep my knives in? And I buy these cases off of Amazon. These cases are $15. They hold 36 knives. They've got this clear place in front where you can put these cardboard inserts that I just grabbed out of a shirt box or whatever. I don't know what this was. And I just stick stickers on them. I have 4 of these cases. One of them I have all the friends of the channel. Actually, 2 of them I have friends of the channel, and then others I just have knife vendors. So, but let's look at what's inside and how these are held. So it's got full zipper, goes around the edge, and you open it up, and it's got place for 36 knives. It's got this divider that keeps them separate, and then you've got all these knives that just sit in place. They strap in, they sit in there sturdy, and it holds 36 knives. And these things are dirt cheap. Like I said, 15 bucks. They hold the knives in place. And what I like about it, since they are held by the clips with these elastic bands, you can see every knife at a glance. You don't have to peek into a pocket. A lot of them have pockets that hide everything. These don't. This is just a great case. And for the price, you can't beat it, you know, just can't beat it at all. And when you have to pack it, they just slide in. Clip goes over the elastic band and holds it in place, just like so. You know, so I'm going to put a couple of knives back in here while we're on camera so you can see. So, again, this is just going to slide in here. Clip goes right over, and there, boom, right in place. So these are some of the best cases that you can find, you know. So for everybody who's here, Yocco, thank you for showing up. You missed the beginning when I was showing off that, and I was telling everybody how great of a hank this was. And again, Mad Yocco is the man. If you need hanks, go to his Etsy shop. After this video is done and it's fully uploaded, I will put his link in there. Yocco, if you want to put your link up, do that, man. Appreciate it. Put your link up right now so people can go there, because you make some really great stuff, and I appreciated this one more than you will ever know. So, and by the way, go to Mad Yocco's channel and subscribe. He does some fun stuff too. So, but yeah, thank you, Yocco. This was great. And the fact that you kind of customized it to me, I absolutely loved it. Hey, Brown Sugar, welcome to the channel. Well, welcome to the live. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. So, for everybody who just got here, I was showing everybody the cases that I use for keeping my knives. And these cases are available on Amazon. They are $15. I'll link these in the description as well. And like I said, what's nice is these don't actually ride on each other because it has this Velcro divider that goes in. You just put that in there, you flip it closed, and if I can find what the zipper is, and it just zips right up. It's got two poles, one on each side. But these cases, man, they are fantastic. I've got Luminous YT. I've got 4 of these cases full of knives. I've got a couple of other cases too, you know. So yeah, I have a nice knife collection. It's forever growing, it seems like. And now that people have been reaching out to me and sending me knives, it's even gonna grow even more, you know. But hey, Blessed Knives, how are you? Glad you're here. Appreciate you being here. So I don't think you've come to one of these before, so greatly appreciate that, you know. And we were going over stuff earlier for the people who just got here. We had unboxed live this cold steel neck knife, cold steel slip joint. We had also unboxed Mad Yocco's Hank. So yeah, this one's great, Yocco. And I actually found out about this one from Marissa on Legion of Steel. And when I saw hers, I had to have the same one, especially since it's inexpensive. And I love the fact that it glows in the dark. I was showing everybody before with the lights out how it glows. Just a fun knife, really fun knife. I had also shown everybody this for people who just got here. We're gonna be giving away one of these next week on the live. This is the Sencut Brazoria. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that right, and we have two of these. We're gonna give one away. I have this one, and then I have the one with the maroon handle that I just packed up in the case, otherwise I would take it back out. And whoever wins next week is gonna get the choice of either the jade handle or the maroon handle. So there's gonna be that, there's gonna be a lot of other stuff. There's gonna be some stickers, some other swag, and I might even throw in another knife into that giveaway. That's actually celebrating a milestone that already passed. So, and I don't know what I'm at right now as far as subscribers, but I was very close to 800 when we started the live stream. I think I needed 10 more. And I know somebody said they subscribed before, so I think I need 9 more. So I'm hoping by tonight, tomorrow, we'll break the 800 mark, and we'll have a real nice celebration next week. And maybe, like I said, I'll throw another knife into it, maybe have a second giveaway. So please, whatever you know, I'm gonna post a video with that. I was showing everybody, I opened up the Flitanium mystery pack earlier, and thanks, Blessed Knives. And what's in the mystery pack? It's a mystery pack of 2 different sets of scales for the Benchmade Bugout. And I was showing everybody, I have 2 Bugouts. I have this one, which is my favorite. This is the rust orange with the orange highlights. And it's got that kind of olive colored Cerakote blade. It just looks really cool with that. And then I have the standard boring blue Benchmade Bugout that everybody has. So this one is the one we're gonna change the scales on. But like I said, Flitanium has a $20 deal. $20 mystery pack of scales. You don't know what you're getting, and they're blems, they say. But I didn't notice when I unpacked them because it came with 2 sets. It came with a set of the shredded carbon fiber, which I really like. I should show the front side. And what I've shown you before, these are really, you can't bend these. It's not like the plastic scales on the Bugout. Then it came with a set of these titanium scales. So I haven't decided which one I want to do. Everybody before was looking at it and saying maybe the titanium would be better. I happen to love titanium scales, so we're going to upgrade the Benchmade. I might do that during the week and show everybody what it looks like next week. Not sure if I'm going to have time, but so that was what was in there, you know, that sort of thing. But Blessed Knives, I don't think I'm subscribed to you, so I will subscribe to you right after this is over. So I'm going to go there, subscribe, watch a video, you know. Hello, Jamie, and welcome to the chat. Appreciate you being here. Don't think I've seen you here before, but welcome aboard. You know, I don't usually come in at this time. I'm doing it this week because Big Red EDC is on vacation. I figured I would jump in for the next few weeks, the last 2 weeks, the next, I think, 2 weeks after this until he comes back mid-March. So he's going to be traveling on vacation, and figure I would just jump into the slot, say hello to some people, and play with some knives, that sort of thing. So I do appreciate everybody being here. And I was showing everybody earlier too, another YouTuber who I really like, Raybo34. I'm sure we've all seen him in the chats. He's a good person, and he reached out. He liked one of my videos, and we got to talking about Rosecraft blades, and he sent me this Rosecraft to review. I thought I was going to send it back to him, but he told me to keep it. And look at this thing. This thing's beautiful. I don't remember the name of it offhand. I'll have to look it up. But D2 steel, layered, not layered, but two-piece G10, but you can't feel where the one G10 starts and the other begins. I love the red and black colorway, the black coated blade with the black, the red thumb stud. So I do appreciate Raybo for sending that over. I'm gonna link his link down in the description when this goes live after, after it processes. So I do appreciate that. And we're gonna do a review video on that very soon. Probably do that one next. I had shown everybody who was here before a new knife that's coming out on Friday by Best Techman. They sent this to me to review. And this is the Angry Owl. Yes, correct, Yocco. That is the Tarcanus. You are correct. So Best Techman, I wound up talking to them. It's a long story, but they liked my other video I did on one of their products. So they asked me if I would want to review this one. This is the new Angry Owl D2 steel. It's a thumb hole flick, or yeah. It is a button lock, so it's ultra fidgety. G10 handles, beautiful G10 handles. We opened this before. It's really ergonomic and very fidgety. Easy to deploy. Yeah, that was human error there. That wasn't the knife error, just so everybody knows. But yeah, I really look forward to, there we go, using it. See, again, that's me trying to Spidey flick it as opposed to flicking it with my thumb, which is the way it should be. That's the way it was intended. That's the way I'm gonna do it, damn it. But reversible clip, deep carry. I can't wait to do the full review of this. And what I love is, like I was telling everybody before, Best Techman sent this over to me without any requirements as to what I can say, what I can't say. They basically just said, you want to try it? We'll send it to you. So whatever opinion you hear is my own. They are not telling me what to say, which is very important to me because I want to keep my integrity as a YouTuber. Trying not to sell my soul for this, but man, that just springs out of it when you actually use your thumb as opposed to trying to Spidey flick it. I am not good at Spidey flicking, sorry folks. But yeah, like I said, I can't wait to review this one, And again, thank you for Best Techman for sending this over. They'd sent me a photo with pictures of 10 different of these knives and gave me the choice of color I wanted and whether I wanted the coated blade or the stonewash blade. So I went with this one because it's teal and I like everything teal, just like my friend Marissa at Legion Steel. So what's everybody carrying? I know I started to ask that before and I got sidetracked and forgot to follow up on that. What is everybody carrying tonight? Brown Sugar, they do have it in purple. They have it in purple with the black blade, and they have it in purple with the satin blade as well. That was the other choice I was thinking about. It came down to the teal and the purple for me. I still don't have, with all the knives I have, I don't have any purple handle knife. And I want one. I want one in my collection, but I don't have one yet. But I will at some point. So, but what's everybody carrying? Yocco, what are you carrying today? Did Yocco jump over to Zach's stuff? I don't blame anybody who's over at Zach's stuff. Zach is a great knife YouTuber, That is Amazing knife. Chasing the Apex, that is an amazing, amazing knife. The one, I'm a huge fan of concept knives, and the Hinderland is just a fantastic knife. I don't have one. It's on my wish list. I've handled it, and I thought it was just fantastic. And, you know, S35VN is just a great, great steel. There's no doubt about it, you know. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, concept, I gotta stop saying it. It's concept. I know it is, and periodically I keep saying concept, and I know it's not concept. But, yeah, that is just a great blade. You know, no doubt about it. But, I don't know. Yeah, and you know, flat grind to me is one of my favorites because it just makes everything so slicey. You know, and if you're using it to cut cardboard, cut paper, cut through, you know, paracord, that sort of thing. That sliciness is fantastic. It's not going to be obviously for heavy bushcrafting stuff. There's no way you'd use it for that. That's when your fixed blade would come in. But for regular EDC, I prefer a slicey blade. Absolutely. You know, the only ones I don't mind a thick blade on is my cold steels, like the SR1 Lite. That thing's just got a monstrously thick blade, but the way it's ground, you know, it's slicey at the same time as with that triad lock. You can use it for bushcrafting stuff, you know, but I like it. Brown Tree, the QSP Parrot is a nice knife. That's another thing. QSP makes some fantastic products. The QSP Hawk, which is what I was carrying the other day. I did a short on it. The you know, the Osprey, QSP Osprey is one of my favorites. The Parrot, the Canary, you know, and of course everybody, as to quote Bees, everybody needs a penguin. You know, and by the way, Bees Blades, love that guy, love his channel. He was one of the early knife channels that I found. Him, G-Ball, you know. Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Chasing the Apex, QSP makes knives in different levels. Their budget knives are fantastic. Their higher price knives are fantastic. You know. Oh, wow, you have a purple Jimmy Crow customized. Man, Jimmy Crow's customization stuff is fantastic. I I don't have any of it, but I've seen so many people with them that it makes me envious. So I keep thinking that I should reach out to him, and you know, I've talked to him before, like on Instagram stuff, but I haven't reached out to have him do anything. You know, um, him, I want to have do something. Burkle Cerakote, I want to have Brad do something Cerakote with one of my blades. You know, it's just one coming up with the money to have these things done, and having the time to ship them out and that sort of thing, you know, while doing my day job, while doing the YouTube thing and whatnot, gets a little tricky. But, you know, I definitely want to send stuff to Brad. And like I said, I want to get some stuff to Jimmy Crow. There are a few other people too. There's Boston Blade Works. There's a knife I want to send him that I want him to sharpen up, which actually, hold on, I want to show everybody that knife. I meant to put it on the table. Oh, I didn't. Oh. Okay, so this is a big meaty fixed blade that I had that weighs a ton. So this is a knife that started life as a railroad spike. It was heated and twisted and shaped and then ground and sharpened. And this thing definitely fits in the hand. This is, I love the clip point on it. Being a railroad spike, though, it corrodes if you don't take care of it. So I currently use the EDCI protectant on it. And it's not a practical knife. It just weighs a ton. This has to be probably a quarter pound of a knife. it's a big chunker. Again, it was a railroad spike. You could probably use this as a hammer on that end if you wanted to put nails through something. You know, it is very sharp, but it's dulled out over the years. I've had this a really long time. And the sheath on it is very basic. It's a leather sheath. You know, it's not a Kydex or anything. I prefer my knives have Kydex sheaths, but this is kind of a unique thing that I really like, you know, and believe it or not, it's pretty ergonomic. The way that's twisted kind of just fits right in the hand, and you're not gonna slide off the back of it while you're cutting. So this one could definitely use some bushcrafting, you know. But I want to get this out to Boston Blade Works just to sharpen it back up. You know, I can sharpen here. I can do basic sharpening. I have my, you know, the one I was showing last week for everybody who was here, and if you weren't. Yeah, you know, chasing the apex, I have knives at all different price levels, but I find myself carrying more of the budget stuff than the more expensive stuff. And the reason why is the more expensive stuff I get afraid to use, you know, because of the pricing on it, and you don't want to ruin it. So I can do some basic sharpening with the, you know, with the Work Sharp field sharpener. You know, you've got your different grits on here, your ceramic. And so for touching up stuff, and it's got the strap, leather strap on the bottom, for touching up and doing light sharpening, no problem. I have no problem doing that. What I fear is doing a major resharpening, you know, like we would need on this. But yeah, so that's something that's kind of cool, you know. Brown Sugar, do you have a lot of knives? Because I know from what I understand, you're kind of new to the EDC knife world. I know you're a big fan of it because you're in the live streams all the time, and we go back and forth, and you know, oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with just starting, you know, and you don't even need a lot of knives. I have a lot of knives because I'm doing YouTube and doing the content, so you know. With that being said, though, I've been on for almost an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, you collect coins, Brown Sugar? My dad and my grandfather were big coin collectors, and I have my grandfather's and my dad's collection of coins. I don't know the first thing about coins, so I have them all in these big boxes, and I'm gonna have to one day look into it because I have so many coins that they collected. You know, some of them are wrapped and vacuum sealed, and you know, they look like they've got these cardboard slips around them, and you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, the only reason why I have so many knives is because I'm doing the YouTube thing. You know, I also love knives. I've always had knives since I was a kid. So, you know, with that, that's why I have so many. But yeah, you don't need a lot of knives. You know, 2 or 3 good knives will get you through most things in life, and you know, for what most people use them for. Chasing the Apex, I will subscribe to you and watch your videos because I like this content, and some of the big channels, I watch them, but I like supporting some of the smaller channels too. So just like mine's a small channel. So definitely, you know. The thing with that, chasing the Apex is, and as I've learned, you have better luck starting out with some of the smaller companies than some of the larger companies as far as the knife manufacturers go. The smaller companies, they have a tendency to, I should say the larger companies want to deal with people like Melissa Backwoods, Metal Complex, Best Damn EDC, people who have, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Not every company wants to take a chance on a little guy, you know, so I reach out to some of the newer companies. I've been reaching out to some of the smaller companies, and what I've done is you know, some of the ones like the Best Techman. I did a video about their knives. They didn't know about it. I showed it to them. They liked what I did, and now look, they've sent me a knife. You know, so you kind of got to build it. You know, and now a few companies have taken notice. My channel is growing at a really fast pace, which I'm thankful for everybody who subscribes. I really am. And I'm really starting to like doing the lives. I wasn't comfortable doing the lives. It took me a long time to do the first live, and the first one I did was just turning on the camera while I was driving. So, well, there is some of that, chasing the apex. One of the big things is jump into lives, meet some of the people, because now I'm in a couple of pass around groups because I become friends with other YouTubers, and we wind up being in pass around groups where you don't get to keep the knife, but you get to try the knife for a few days, send it to the next person. And it rotates around, everybody gets their chance with it, and that sort of thing. That's something, and some of the knife companies have pass around groups. Some of the YouTubers have their own little pass around group where somebody buys a knife and then they pass around, they go around in a circle. But some of the knife companies, and I'm working with 2 of them now, that have a pass around group. And they have a formalized list of who you send it to, who you get the knife from, and what the schedule is, and it goes around. And then what happens is each knife they send out starts with one person, and when it completes the chain, the last person gets to keep the knife. In some cases, some companies require you to send it back. It really depends on which company you're dealing with, but I'm part of that now. And when I first got accepted, that was like the first pass around group, which we haven't done any videos yet. They're sending stuff out soon. That's why I can't really say who it is. But when they first reached out to me and asked me to be part of the pass around group, I was flattered because I was like, that's the first group that paid attention to my channel. And it was one of those things. They saw that I did a video about their product and they really liked what I did. So, best thing you can do though is go on each company's website, look for their emails, and just email like to who it may concern. I have a channel, but you want to have something to show them. My channel started out as a motorcycle channel long before I went to knives. So I had a little bit of a following from that, and I had some videos that took off on motorcycles. So it really started to build from there. And then when I switched over to the EDC content, it really started to grow. And this community has been so accepting of everybody that I've been part of the guitar community, and the guitar community is horrible to each other. They all pretend to like each other, but they really don't. First chance they get, they all backstab each other. This community is not like that. The knife community is fantastic. For people who don't know, I am a paranormal investigator. I've done it for a long time, and I'm part of that community. And that community, everybody wants a TV show, and everybody's cutthroat, and very few people really want to become friends and help you. There's a small group of them, and I'm part of that group, but there are so many others who they all just want to get their own TV show because they see what's on TV. They think that they're going to make a fortune, not realizing that you really don't make any money doing those shows, but they've all got this desire to be on TV, so they wind up being very cutthroat, and so there's so much drama there. I have not experienced any drama in the knife community since I've been here. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I haven't experienced it. I've had nothing but a pleasure meeting people, talking to people, being part of the lives, becoming part of the community. And I think that's how you grow your channel. That's how I've grown my channel. I've met so many people through the lives and through the live streams. And I think that being very interactive is the way to go. And of course, putting out content. That's the way you have to do it. I mean, I do a mixture of long form videos, which I do 1 or 2 of those a week. Sometimes I miss a week with those, but I try to put out a short video every single day showing what I'm carrying because I think that's what people want. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Yocco. What I've seen, and I know G-Ball was talking about this earlier tonight, is people seem to get burnt out a little bit on the community. Maybe then they back away, but they always come back, and that's what G-Ball was talking about earlier. But yeah, But yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen any drama yet. So I'm hoping I don't experience any of that drama, And people like you, Yocco, I mean, you're a good guy. We've talked on Instagram and stuff and Facebook, and we kind of become friends, and it goes a long way when you have friends that that you like, and like I like what you're doing. Obviously, I love the Hank, and you're a good dude. So, all right. I am going to wrap up now because it's 2:21, so I've been on for an hour and 21 minutes. And I'll let everybody go. I don't know who else is live. I don't know if Zach's stuff is still on. If he is, I'm going to jump over there. But I appreciate everybody stopping by. I really do. Yocco, I agree with you so much on that. You know what, Chasing the Apex? I shoot every video on my phone. Yes, I use wireless microphones, and I have some lighting because one of my other things I do outside of here is photography. So I have a lot of equipment already, but everything right now, this is on my phone. If you watch all my videos, they are all shot on my phone. If you have a decent phone with a good camera, you can use that. I know a lot of people who do EDC with DVD was talking about that today in his live. He just uses his phone. You can use your phone. Don't be afraid to use your phone. You know, I have cameras, really expensive cameras that I could use for shooting, but I just find it so much easier to work off my phone. You know, thank you, Brown Sugar. I'm glad you had fun, and I'm glad you stopped by. You know, so all right, everybody. With that being said, I'm gonna stop by. If anybody was here, I'll go subscribe to your channels. And thank you for who subscribed to mine tonight and everybody who came by. I really, really appreciate it. So have a good night, everybody.